Welcome into Wideside Sports. Randy Fraley sitting alongside the Frenchman Jean-Luc Tallywacker.
Thanks.
John Penis is what your name is.
Nice. John Penis. I took French in high school.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I took German.
I took 2 years of French. I only remember two phrases. Je voudrais la derrière, which translates to I would like some butt. And
when did that come up in class?
Well, je voudrais is I would like.
Yeah.
And then you learn like vocab words. And
when was butt ever?
La derrière.
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about it in class, but it's just like it got brought up like French vocab. Just that was like one of them. And then I put them together. That may not be how you say it, but that's where I translated it to. And then I remember that douche means shower.
That makes sense.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
I took 2 years of German. Obviously, I can count. No problem there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible at it. Like I can remember, like Gleichum Diaka.
Oh, okay.
Right around the corner.
Nice.
And that might be Wie heißen Sie?
Yeah.
That,
I don't know what that means, but
I think it's like, who are you? What's your name?
Yeah. I remember
like
the first week or two of French class, the teacher goes, "Does anybody know any French? Like before you take the class?" And I went, "En chanson." And she goes, "What's that mean?" I went, "I don't know. I heard it in a Disney movie." Didn't mean anything.
Oh, I do recall. Das ist alles für heute.
Okay.
It means that is all for the day.
Oh.
Which is what the teacher said at the end of the fucking class.
Oh, man.
Which I always find it weird when you're like, I don't know who your teacher was. Obviously, we went to the same school.
Uh-huh.
I don't know who your teacher was, but the teacher I had for German was also the French teacher. Like, she taught both.
Gotcha.
And to my knowledge, didn't speak either language.
Oh.
I feel weird.
When they don't speak that language?
Like, she didn't speak German.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she couldn't speak German.
But she taught you how to speak?
She taught it.
That's weird.
Now, my senior year, they brought Spanish in. I don't know if it's still there or not, but it was the first year it was available.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady actually spoke Spanish.
Well, that's good.
And I was there for a day. I said,
yeah, not for me.
You speak this,
yeah,
I'm not going to get by with some of the shit.
Our French teacher did speak. She could speak French in conversation. She spent time in France and stuff like that. But she was really, really good to know the students who couldn't speak it and the ones who could. Like, I remember when she would be like, all right, like she'd give us homework and she'd say like, all right, class. Or she'd say, all right, Seth, remember I'm just taking this for a completion grade. So just do it. So I knew all I gotta do is do it. And then she'd be like, okay, this one I'm actually grading. So maybe try a little harder. And so, yeah, I was like, I'm appreciative.
What? I always thought it was weird because we'd have, I think this girl, she was like a exchange student from Germany.
Yeah.
And for some reason, she was in our German 1 class, which had to be like fucking kindergarten. Like, we're counting.
Yeah. Yeah.
She fucking speaks she speaks better English than I do, as her second language. It's like, why is she in German class?
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm
weird.
not going to say
in
that
German
my second year that we had another one, and I think that
German
kid was
two?
in German too.
Yeah, that's weird.
But it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, if, go foreign exchange and they have you taking fucking English 1.
Yeah.
It's like kindergarten stuff.
Yes. I can
Here's
take
the
it.
colors.
Yeah.
I feel like I can pass this.
I think I got this class.
I can't even tell you what the colors are in German.
No, I like I said, those are the two phrases I remember from French class.
I feel it is weird that we changed the name of their country.
Who? Germany?
Well, that's not the name of the country. The country's actual name is Deutschland.
Oh.
And we went, Germany. We don't do that with anybody else.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like, we didn't, France calls it France.
Yeah.
France.
Yeah.
We didn't give them a different name.
Yeah.
Like fucking Deutschland. It was like, fuck it, Germany.
Well,
we're not saying Deutschland.
Yeah. Deutschland, that sounds stupid.
Fucking Deutschbags.
Yeah. I'm not better than anybody by any means.
Yeah.
But
sell yourself short.
Yeah. But it really drives me nuts when people say certain things but they don't put like the accent on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
I do.
So the the lunch ladies at the school, if they're cooking something like a big pot of something, they'll save some for the teachers. And you know what I mean? They'll make something special for some of the teachers.
Okay, you're talking currently.
Currently, yes.
I thought we were still talking like high school days.
No. Like currently now at my school. So they'll ask you in the mornings, hey, do you want some of this? And, yes or no. It depends what it is.
Yeah.
Well, the one day the lady was making spaghetti.
Yeah.
And she goes, do you want some? I'm like, no, I'm not a big spaghetti fan. She goes, you'll like mine. I make it. I was like, okay, fine. I won't because spaghetti's spaghetti, but it's fine. Go ahead and make me some. She goes, do you want your noodles a la dente?
You're a great spaghetti cooker.
Yeah. And I went, what? Because I had no clue what she was trying to say. And she goes, like they're still a little, they're not tough but they're not mushy. I'm like, do you mean al dente? And she goes, is that how you say it? And I'm like, yeah, that's it. She goes, I've been saying it a la dente for forever. I'm like, that's not right. I don't know what you mean by a la dente. Yeah.
Also, you can just say properly cooked.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not supposed to be mush.
Yeah, that's what she asked me. I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'd like them like that, like a la dente. I'm like, come on, pronounce it right.
Well, that was always like General Tso's chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I had a buddy that's all he ate.
Yeah,
when he trying and he
call
just
it Tso's.
Yeah. I was like,
I do it as a joke.
Hey, that's so right.
Yeah.
And he's like, what?
What?
Yeah, like I feel like they should have corrected you because it's the best Chinese place in town.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
they should
way they are that they would have corrected you, but they haven't for some reason. So I will.
Yeah, it is
not Tso.
Yeah, it's General Tso. Yeah,
General Tso.
It bugs me, but I'm like I said, I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I don't pronounce things well, especially like when it comes to like names. Not real good at that.
Yeah,
but come on, al dente. That seems pretty. Seems pretty easy. Seems pretty easy.
They even put a little thing over the E for you.
Yeah, to let you know that that's how you say it. But yeah, a la dente.
It's like what the TV shows or whatever. It's like a Southern family asking for French food.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna even do it.
Corn tortillas. Oh, tacos!
It's tacos and a quesadilla. Don't say quesadilla because it's not even funny anymore.
No, it's
just
not.
say yeah.
Yeah, I like to try to say the Spanish dishes. We go to a Mexican restaurant in the actual tongue, and I'm sure they just look at us like piece of shit. You don't know how to say it. Just tell me the number.
Well, that was just on the Spanish thing. Obviously, I have a kid that I work with, and not a kid. He's
adult.
30, younger than I am. So obviously, he is Mexican.
Yeah,
and got a citizenship like a year or 2 years ago or whatever. So he's good now.
He's legit.
But he brought it up. Because I seen the commercial during the Masters, but it kind of just went over my head.
Yeah.
And I like the guy running for Senate. Did you see that where he starts it off with like, do you hate Mexicans?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's what it said?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how it started because he talked about it and then we've been joking about it for a couple of days now.
Yeah.
But it was like, do you hate Mexicans? And it was like, my mom almost died from an overdose from drugs she bought from them. And then there's, it's like they're taking our jobs. It's like, wow, really? We're in Ohio. I don't.
That's why you said, do you hate Mexicans?
But that was the start of it.
Yeah.
That was
because even
it was a commercial during the Masters.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
This is super weird. Oh, man.
And, somebody may correct me on that, but it was basically, hey, do you hate Mexicans? I'm like, what the fuck? You're running for Senate?
Yeah.
Like, what's your game plan here? And then he went into talking about, other shit.
That's not a good.
But it's like, that was your opening sentence.
Yeah, that's not good. That's a bad line. That's a bad first sentence.
It's got some laughs out of us.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can joke about it because he was in on the joke. And he's the one that made it first.
I didn't even catch it.
Now I'll overplay it.
Yeah.
But,
I got a second baby due here soon, and we were taking bets on when she's going to go. And one of my friend's wives said, oh, May 5th. And I, oh, yeah, it's Cinco de Mayo. I was like, we can get you some margaritas after you have the baby, and it'll be a good time. Then I got to thinking, I was like, we might be the only country to make another race work on their Independence Day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they serve us. Like I mean, they're open. Their restaurants are open when they. Could you imagine if, like a business was open on July 4th? Like I know some of them are like at like the lakes and stuff like that. But
like every business I've ever worked in.
Yes, like the golf. But you know what I mean? It's just weird to think that. Like, oh, happy Independence Day, and
that what Cinco de Mayo is? I thought it was just a drinking holiday.
No, it's
their independence from what?
Maybe the British. They're Spain. I don't know whoever owned them before.
I should know more about that.
I think Spain did own them. Yeah.
Well, they had to.
They
speak Spanish.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, because that's who we got. I mean, we got Texas and stuff from the Spanish, and
yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I didn't know how their declaration.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I know that's their Independence Day.
Well, I do like learning
because I celebrate it.
Because I will ask him stuff.
Yeah,
and then of what he had to know. Because obviously he's got to take a citizenship test.
It's tough.
And like posing questions of like, I know all of it, but I might not be able to pull it out as quick as I would need to on a test. But he's got like a book that covers all the presidents and all the, like,
that's like one of them. Like one of them, because me and the history teacher I work with looked it up one time just to see like, because we were trying to figure out like half these high school kids probably couldn't pass the fucking citizenship test.
No. And
one of them, like, you had to know like random, not like the main presidents. Like you had to know like who the 34th president was. Like you didn't, you know what I mean? It was like shit like that. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I could list off some presidents, but I couldn't tell you who specifically the 34th one was.
Well, I could, because with, like, my freshman history teacher, we had a quiz every single day.
Oh.
And it was either list all the presidents or all the amendments every day.
Okay.
And it was forward, backward, and then like with the presidents of like you'd have to get their year. Like I used to be able to list all of them with their years of service.
Oh, okay.
And then all the amendments in order.
That's tough. That's good for you.
And
that's
then like sophomore year, like half that shit was fucking gone. Yeah. Like I can get you the first one.
I can tell you how many there are.
Can you?
How many amendments or presidents?
Either.
I can tell you both.
Either.
I can tell you both.
Shoot it out there.
What is there? 45 presidents, 46 presidents? 40. I thought Obama was 44. So yeah, we have 46 presidents.
So you don't have a lot of confidence in that knowledge.
No, I don't.
I mean, you're pretty cocky heading into this.
27 amendments.
You're pretty cocky heading into this.
Yeah, I am. 46 and 27. Those are my numbers.
Also used to be able to name all the capitals for every state.
I used to be able to do that too. I don't know anymore.
I think we had to do that in like 5th grade or some shit.
Yeah, they don't do that.
And I don't even know why.
Yeah.
Most people can't name the capital of the state we're in.
Yeah. But yeah.
It's had 3.
Yeah.
Do you know the first one?
I know the one that is now.
Good for you.
Thank you.
You've done your work.
Yep.
You've retained all that information from high school. Should have retained a little more French.
Yeah, I should have.
I'm sure you can count to 10. What?
No. And trois. That's it. I can do 3.
See, mine helped out. I kept mine in because it's out of Cool Runnings when they're starting the bobsled. Eins, zwei, drei. We're Jamaica.
Yeah, the Jamaican bobsled team.
Eins.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Cool Runnings.
That is a great fucking movie.
Good movie. Old John Candy.
Oh, he's such a cheater. He did look like an Olympic athlete, though.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. Really retired.
Yeah. Been drinking down here in Jamaica for
years.
For years.
Eating everything. Oh, gosh. What a good start to the show so far. We got a little knowledge.
Little German talk.
Little laughs. Oh, God. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure the one of the guys that listened to this was in my German class. I think.
Gotcha.
At least 1 year. Thinking. I got caught cheating. The way she did it, when I cheat off other people for their homework assignments. Because, come on.
Yeah.
So if the homework assignment got like a 90, and she knew that like
Yeah, you were
Like,
close to each
should have
other.
just fucked me over.
Yeah, but you do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a 90 split between two. You each got a 45. Like, yeah.
That's tough.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
I mean, like, she's wielding a fucking whip in there
Yeah.
for shit that nobody needs.
Yeah, exactly. So I got caught
I
cheating.
mean, fucking Germany lost. We're not
Yeah.
going to need to speak fucking German.
I got caught cheating in
Twice.
French class. It was like the third to last day of school for the year, and she gives a homework assignment. Well, I wasn't there for the class, so we're in like a study hall, and one of my friends says, "Hey, we have homework assignment." I'm like, "Oh, man, I don't want to do it. It's like 10 questions. I probably should have just done it." She goes, "I'll just do it for you and turn it in." I'm like, "Sweet, thanks." So this is now the next day, so 2 days before the school year ends. Like, okay, didn't think anything of it. At the end of the day, she calls me into her room and she goes, "Did you do your homework?" I was like, "Yeah, I turned it in, right? I'm pretty sure I turned it in." She goes, "Oh, you turned it in?" I was like, "Okay." She goes, "I want to give you now to just admit that you didn't do the homework and we're square." And I went, "No, I did the homework. I turned it in and everything." And she goes, "Seth, I'm going to give you the chance now to just admit that you didn't do it and we'll call it good. Nothing will happen. You'll just get a 0 on it. Nothing will happen." And I went, "Yeah, I did it. I did it." And she goes, "All right." She goes, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "I swear." She goes, "You know how I know you didn't do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, how?" She goes, "Since when did you start dotting your I's with little hearts?" And I went,
See,
"God damn it."
That's on you.
I noticed.
I mean,
she gave me the opportunity.
Not even that of like, yeah, somebody can do, you got to get, they at least have to know to block the fucking writing.
Yeah, but she didn't. I mean, and then so she's like, "Well, I know who did it because the same girl writes the same way." And I'm like, "Don't get her in trouble." You know, I was like, "I'll just take the blame." So I had to do a Saturday school the day after the end of the year.
Oh my God.
I cleaned her classroom. I stacked desks and chairs. Yeah.
You want the big guy to lift things.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Yeah. But goddamn. But, it's my fault. Funny story.
Yeah.
It actually kind of came back on me because however it ended, like the second or the last day of school that night, the first Hangover came out. And there was a bunch of us going to go to see it. But my mom, being a good disciplinarian, I wasn't allowed to see it. I had to stay home.
All because you cheated on French.
I didn't even do it. That's the thing. Like, she turned it in for me.
Yeah. Wasn't my problem.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't tell
That
her
girl's
to.
problem.
But I didn't rat anybody out. I just took the blame and went for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturdays. I mean.
I had multiples of those.
These teachers wielding this power.
I got a Saturday school one time because my senior year, I had like 3 study halls in a row, like an hour and a half, and it was right at lunchtime. So, and a couple of us had it. So we would, and one of our friends' mom was the elementary secretary. So we would walk out the elementary door, run to the little town close to us, and we'd eat lunch at Subway or East Chicago or something like that. For like 3 months straight, we did this. One day we get back, principal's like, "Hey, where you been?" I was like, "Eating lunch." He goes, "Here?" I was like, "No." He goes, "All right, well, you have a Saturday school." I was like, "Oh man, what for?" He's like, "1, you didn't sign out, and 2, you didn't tell anybody where you were going." I'm like, "Well, how did I get a Saturday school?" I was like, "How did you know?" He's like, "There was a paperwork that we needed to send home for your mom. We tried to call you to the office and you didn't come." It's like, God damn it.
You tricky sons of bitches.
Bitch.
Remember one thing?
I was like, all right, I'll serve it.
So I never had Saturday, so I never had a detention. I never really got in trouble. I only got in like fucking 5th, 6th, 7th grade, somewhere in there, middle school. I had like 3 demerits, whatever that means, for lifting my head during a prayer.
You prick.
Yeah.
Yeah. You son of a bitch.
I don't know. I don't know if I laughed at somebody said something and I laughed. But it was like like Thanksgiving dinner kind of thing where they do it in the gymnasium they used to. And like they do the prayer. I don't know if somebody said something and I looked up, but like when I looked up, like I locked eyes with the principal and he fucking pointed at me and then pointed down. I don't know if he wanted me to pray or suck his dick.
Yeah.
Because the way, I mean, he's like, I'm like, whoa.
Well, I mean,
he wasn't praying either.
It's nice that we have that at as much diversity as we have at that school to pray together at the Thanksgiving. All the white people together at Thanksgiving.
Those fucking lame whites that we got. But when I was used to be office help or whatever during a study hall.
Yeah.
And it was like second, fucking pulled a study hall in second period. I don't know how that, So I was office help, so I had to go to the post office to get the mail. Mm-hmm. And there's always one teacher.
Yeah.
Hey, can you mail this for me? And you're just like, well, I can't run it through the school. I mean, so she'd give you money to buy the stamp.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, it'd be something like some contract she signed or whatever, needed overnighted, and she'd give me money. And she gave me one to mail, and she gave me a 20.
Uh-huh.
So I fucking overnighted it. It's like $18.
Yeah.
I come back and give her a change. She's like, what is this? I was like, we told me I overnighted it. It was like her fucking credit card bill or whatever.
Oh, shit.
She's like, I didn't tell you to overnight that. I was like, well, you gave me a 20.
Yeah.
You just wanted me to go over there and give a 20 for fucking, at that point in time, a 32-cent stamp.
Yeah.
I it was like a payment for a credit card or something like that.
Shit.
And I fucking overnighted it with signature confirmation.
That's funny.
Hey, stop using kids as fucking slaves, bitch.
Yep. I did the office work, and I was the actual secretary while she ate lunch. And I got to do the junior high or elementary announcements or whatever. So I treated it like Robin Williams and Good Morning Vietnam. Like I'd get on the mic and be like, good afternoon. Like I just went with it, and I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Remember one time we went to, obviously you know where the post office was. You just walked over there to get it. It's 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And went across the street. That gas station still used to be open. And dicked around, got some stuff. And the kid that was with me, we get back, didn't have enough, whatever a period is, 45 minutes or whatever. Because we were supposed to get the mail and then you put it in the mail.
Uh-huh.
Didn't have enough time to do the mail. It's oh shit. The principal was like, hey guys, it can't take you 40 minutes to walk over there and get the mail.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Responsibilities, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's tough.
Oh yeah. Really tough.
High school days are good.
Yep.
It was a good senior year. I started off with art class, followed by a study hall.
Nice.
Followed by home economics.
my freshman year, we're in physical science class and we're working with something with a Bunsen burner and we're boiling something. Well, we have these glass stir sticks that we have to stir with. And I accidentally break the glass stir stick. Well, I panicked. I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't really know this teacher that well. What the hell? I mean, most of the teachers I knew, they just laugh, say, it's okay. So I hid it underneath the Bunsen burner. Didn't think anything of it. Everything was done. We go back. The next period, she goes to move it back, and she cuts her finger open. She had to get 8 stitches. I didn't say shit for 2 years. They told me that, and I'm like, fuck. Me and my buddy are like, oh, that was you. I'm like, I know.
If if it would have got a tendon and she'd end up with drop fingers.
Drop finger or something? Yeah, so my junior year, I take chemistry, same teacher, and it's in her list of rules on the first day of school. It's if you break anything, you have to tell me. It's okay. It's not a big deal. So at the end of the school year, I'm like, hey, I said, remember when you cut your finger open a couple years? She goes, yeah. I was like, that was me. She goes, what? I'm like, she goes, for 3 years you didn't say anything? I'm like, I was scared.
I had to get through all your classes first.
Just make sure that we were good,
I didn't want this burden on my shoulders.
Yeah, but it was good stuff. Funny stuff.
Yeah. Think about the days back in high school. It was always my favorite of the front of my day, my senior year had nothing, and the back of my day had nothing.
Yeah.
I think I spent 3 periods a day in the home ec room because for some reason that you get more credit for those classes.
Yeah. I have a funny story about I only took home ec 1 year. It was my freshman year, and our teacher had a bit
Did they have multiple years of home ec? but they only had one.
No, you had home ec, and then you took like a child or you had different. Home. Yes, you only had one home ec class, but it was like the whole.
I think I took home ec. And then there was family life.
Yes, and then all the
fashion merchandising.
Yes, they had 4 classes, but I just took home ec, whatever, get my credit. Our teacher had a bit of a smoking problem. She would teach the first 20 minutes of class and then go smoke in her car the last 20 minutes of class.
That's awesome.
We didn't have an adult in the classroom for half the period. This was all year. So this is probably, when this happened, this was probably like January, right at the beginning of the year, where we came back from Christmas break. We're all fucking around in there after she comes back in. She like rips us all. You guys, and I think I said, like, maybe if you were in here, we wouldn't behave like this or something like that. Of course, I get in trouble. You have to go I get sent to the office. So the next day, she does it. She leaves again. Anything. Well, during her lunch break, she must have ran to Subway and got a sub. And there's a sub in her fridge because there's multiple fridges in the home ec room. So for about 3 or 4 months, I ate that fucking sub. Every goddamn day, I ate that fucking sub. It was like 3 months. Anytime there was a sub in that fridge, I fucking ate it. Yep. It said her name on it. It said her last name on the bag. And fucking ate it every day.
Like what?
She would like say shit too. Like, make sure we don't take things in the fridge that aren't ours. She'd fucking leave. I go in the fridge and I just fucking sit there and eat it. And everybody in the class is laughing. And I'm like, yeah, don't leave the classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you think you couldn't narrow that down. It was there before this class and gone after.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, we weren't the last period. So it could have been there was like 3 other periods after us where she didn't go check it.
I understand that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If it's been happening every day.
Nope.
If it happened 2 days in a row, maybe start checking on that.
This might have been 2 months, legitimately 2 months.
So you just had like a free Subway sub?
Yeah, like I quit buying lunch. Like I didn't eat lunch those days. I just knew I had a sub waiting for me.
I mean, that's just great. You're just sitting in class, everybody eating the teacher's Subway.
Yep. Yep. Swear to God. Yeah.
She's still alive?
No, she's not. She's dead.
I mean, because that would have been a fun one to go back to. Like, hey, I was the one that always ate your sub.
Nope. Dead. Died of lung cancer.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Did.
Smoking's fun. Yeah. Plus, it looks cool.
It does. It does make you so much cooler. Yeah, I can't pull it off.
You're not good at pulling a lot of things off, I hear.
No.
What the boys say.
Yeah. It's true.
All right. Well, we spent 27 minutes talking about fucking high school.
It's fun to reminisce.
Nobody cares about.
Yeah.
And I can count to at least 10 in German, and you can't count to 3 in fucking French.
No, I can.
Or 4.
4.
Or 5. Fuck, I might be closer at counting than you are.
Probably.
I never took French.
Well, there you go. Better than me.
I know that.
Okay.
It's always been. That was never a question in my mind.
Okay, God.
I'm better than everybody.
So we have some sports, all right? Old Derek Carr got paid today.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird, like it was a guaranteed, but then they can actually cut him after a year.
Yeah, which is odd.
You signed him to a long-term guaranteed contract, but somehow you can cut him.
A 3-year, 121 or 120 or something like that?
You can cut him after a year, so it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, it's not, because we can cut you pretty much.
So you basically fucking franchise the guy for less than the franchise tag would be.
So basically, it seems to me is like, all right, we went out and we got you everything. If we are not at least AFC Championship game, you're probably getting cut. Like, that's the only thing that I can look at it as.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean,
but seriously though, I mean, you can go ahead and look that up. I'll banter a little bit.
Go ahead and banter because I'm on to something else.
But if you are Derek Carr, the Raiders, for the first time in a long time, actually went out and spent money on legitimate guys. I mean, Devontae Adams, you trade for him. Chandler Jones, you got a couple other people in there. You have a legitimate team now. He's worth being paid because he hasn't done anything wrong. You're not going to get anybody better. So if your expectations are obviously high, if you don't make it, you're probably fucking cut after that 1 year. Especially now with a new coach, new GM, they don't owe you anything. No. You always hear about, well, they have to get their guy or our guy or however the hell you say it. But if they pay you, if you do well, if not, if you don't do well, you're probably cut after the year.
Yeah, and it's one of those. I think he's going to make $35 million. He should make 40 based on the number given, but then apparently that number is bullshit and he'd be cut after one. So it seems like he's going to make 35.
Yeah, which is less than a tag.
Yeah. No, the one that just came up is obviously the news over the last couple of days that the Rams were interested in Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
Currently is visiting with the Colts right now.
Oh. I think we said Rams and Gilmore last week, didn't we? That was it just seemed like it fit. The Colts need a corner.
They need a lot of shit.
They do. But they're a playoff team, which is crazy to think about.
They are and they're not, because obviously they didn't make it, but, They
don't have a quarterback.
Well, they do now. Matt Ryan, Matty Ice, Noodle Arm Matt. But
Matty Noodle.
Who the fuck's he throwing to?
Yeah. Oh, God. The fact that they haven't even tried to throw money at Landry or Odell.
They haven't addressed anything.
Any of that.
And well, wide receiver class is deep this year. Yeah, they don't have a first-round pick.
Yeah, so it's not deep.
So it's not.
Because I would say at least 5 are going in the first round.
And you got to pay $120 million because that's the going rate for wide receivers right now.
Yeah.
But to keep saying, hey, we got a team ready because they got a good defense.
Yeah.
They got a good offensive line. They got an amazing running back.
Yeah.
They have no wide receivers. They have one that's their number one guy, but not.
Yeah, he's not a number one receiver.
He's not a number one. I don't even remember what it what's his name?
Pittman.
Yeah, Pittman. There's something like that. I seen that stat yesterday. Like last year, he had 130 targets.
Yeah.
And the closest guy next to him had 26.
Yeah. They don't have anybody else.
You don't have any receivers.
Yeah, and their starting tight end retired. So you don't. Did they sign Evan Ingram? Was it the Colts who signed Evan Ingram?
They might have.
I think that was their only, besides Matt Ryan, their only offensive addition to the.
Yeah, because they've done jack shit and they still have all the money.
Yeah.
It's well, that's a good thing you saved it for nobody.
Exactly. No, he got signed by the Jaguars.
I feel like they signed somebody.
Me too. I'm going to go ahead but for them not to at least offer, it doesn't even have to be one of those top 2 names we listed, but someone. I mean, you got a Cole Beasley out. I mean, you have some guys where you don't have to pay very much.
I understand you have Jonathan Taylor, and I understand what that does for you.
Yeah.
But are you competing with Cincinnati and Kansas City and Buffalo and now Miami that has more weapons than you? You're building this trend of how Tennessee is.
Yeah.
And great. It works for Tennessee. They also have A.J. Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
And they also signed Julio Jones. Now, it didn't work out, but they made moves to do that.
Yeah.
You're using their format, except you don't have any receivers to throw to.
And you traded for Robert Woods.
Yeah.
So they essentially upgraded from Julio Jones, as weird as that is to say.
Yeah.
You upgraded because that's what you knew you were bad at.
So I don't know. I mean,
there's no off. There's
I feel
no
like
offense.
Ballard's getting fired in another year.
If he doesn't address the wide receivers this year, after you trade, number one, the Carson Wentz thing, I don't think it would have panned out because he didn't have any weapons to throw to either. Now you have Matt Ryan, a very seasoned Matt Ryan, who's not going to be able to have anybody to throw the ball to.
Jarvis makes sense because he's an over-the-middle guy, and that's about as far as Matt can throw it anymore. The fact that they haven't made an attempt to sign Julio Jones is stupid.
Yeah. Oh, for sure that's stupid.
You only need him for 15 to 20 plays a game.
That's it.
Third downs.
I mean,
red zone.
Just guys like we said, Jarvis Landry, Odell, AJ Green are still out. I mean, fuck, like I said, Cole Beasley's still available. Those guys are still there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird that they don't have somebody. Yeah, I find that very odd.
Extremely odd. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how you go through with this. Well, we like to draft and we like to pay our own guys. It's like, have you looked at what conference you're in?
Yeah.
Because it's getting mighty tough.
Okay. So here is a list of top 10 receivers still available. Maybe a little bit more than 10. So you have Julio, Jarvis, Will Fuller. Now he has a service suspension. He's 27. Not a bad option there. Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, AJ Green. So Sammy Watkins, Alan Hearns, Odell, Mohamed Sanu, who played last year, a bunch of guys. No, but he played last year.
Yeah.
I mean, those are all guys that can contribute that you don't have to pay a whole lot to. That you can still draft a receiver in the second round, and because that's where they got Pittman. I mean, he wasn't a first round draft pick, but still, if
you're not getting a stud.
But if that's what you're banking on, is they'll be there. You're gonna have to sign somebody else, or there's pointless. I mean, 90% of the league is 3 receivers average.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what they're out there. I mean, whether they're actually lined up as a wide receiver, a slot, somewhere else, there's 3 receivers on the field 90% of the time.
Yes. And if you want to compete, it's usually 3 studs.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
Kind of what you need. It's just embarrassing for the Colts.
It is. Obviously, they have to go through Tennessee. And Tennessee's weak point, it always has been since Vrabel's been there, has been the DBs. Like, you have one good safety. Other than that, your corners aren't very good. I mean, look at the Bengals game. I mean, they were able to do a lot of things. Now, they didn't score a whole lot, but they were allowed to do a whole thing. He had
0 time and still threw for 300 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
Got sacked 9 times.
9 times.
And hit however many times. So, if your DBs can't cover for 2 fucking seconds, you get problems.
Exactly.
Maybe throw the ball on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dumb. And they honestly, they should beat the Colts. Or the Titans. They should beat the Titans. Yeah. At least split.
Yeah.
At least split with them.
Should beat the Jaguars.
He should beat
But they're making some moves now.
I hate when bad teams spend pointless money. Like the Christian Kirk contract.
Because you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it ties you up for...
But him... You know, I mean,
but that's...
I get it. He's young. I know that, but he's young. Okay, he was probably overshadowed by the other 2 guys that Kyler Murray threw to. You know what I mean? I get all that, but still, it's like, ugh. And they didn't even re-sign the shark guy that they had, and he was their best receiver. Yeah.
Tough times down in Jacksonville. You have to overpay for everything. Could you imagine, like, if Devontae hit the free agent, it'd be like Jacksonville would have to come in and be like, we'll give you $42 million a year. That's the only chance you could get him to pick up the phone.
Exactly.
I'm like, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jacksonville? Nope. Click.
I'm super interested to see what he does this year.
It's not going to be anything. Like, I can't see it working out.
I want to see, because this will be the 3rd guy of, like, what's the Aaron Rodgers effect? Mm-hmm. Of, like,
it's nothing.
Now you caught 80 passes this year, and 80 catches, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. That's his year.
Yeah, and it's not a good one.
It's not 100 years.
Yeah,
and 1,400 yards.
100 catches.
100 catches, 1,400 yards.
Yeah.
And
12 to
13
15
touchdowns.
Yeah. Oh, man. I just feel like they're going to try and force a lot to him.
Yeah.
You know, and Aaron didn't have to because he was
Aaron. Did force it to him all the time, but he's also the accurate.
Yeah.
And I like Carr.
I do too. But the only thing that I can bank on is everybody, you know, you're going to be focused on Waller, Hunter Renfrow, Devontae will get it. I don't just see, like, I'm doubling Devontae. I'm going to let Hunter Renfrow beat me. Yeah. Sorry. You know what I mean? I let him do his thing. I'm making sure that he doesn't have fucking 12 catches this game.
Yeah. That is a cool thing with the Raiders, though, of, like, you know, since they got Gruden out of there, because he is terrible at life and football decisions mostly.
Yeah, mostly.
But, like, they just showed of, you know, hey, we lost to the Bengals, you know, had a chance to win. You're down there. Now, granted, it's 4th and goal from the 18 or whatever. Your chances aren't high.
Yeah.
But you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Of, like, all right, well, here's Devontae Adams. Here's Khalil Mack.
Mm-hmm.
Here's
Chandler Jones. Yeah. Not Khalil Mack. Yeah.
Chandler Jones.
Yeah.
Of, like, we're going for it.
Yeah.
And then you get the Colts going, well, we got $87 million to spend, so let's
trade.
Let's wait.
Let's trade for 38-year-old Matt Ryan.
Yeah. Not that you were ever going to get anybody else,
no.
but
to me.
But then you make that trade,
and
then you do nothing to help.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't get it what they're doing. I honestly thought that them with Mayfield made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Even it still does to me, because Matt Ryan is not playing 2 years there.
No, my thing would be is, I don't know. I mean, the quarterback class is better next year, but you're
not going to
planning on making the play. You're not drafting a guy at 22.
No.
That's going to be,
No, because both of those guys coming out next year are top 10 picks, no matter what.
Yeah, they're top 5 picks just because they're quarterbacks. But, I mean, so I don't know what your plan is.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it funny how no matter what year it is, it always seems like a team needs a quarterback?
Always.
You know what I mean? It's just, it's crazy.
There shouldn't be a quarterback taken this year before 20.
Yeah, and there will be. 2 of them.
One's going top 10. None of them are, technically, none of them are first-round talents.
No, God.
But one of them's going top 10.
Oh,
and
man.
all three of them would be off the board by 20.
You think 3 will be off the board by 20?
Yeah.
Do you? I know at least the Willis guy and the Pickett guy for sure.
Yeah.
Who's the third?
I think who's the Old Miss guy?
Oh yeah, I forgot. He may be the best one, but he's hurt. He was hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing happened. I mean, he's not long term hurt, but
right. But I think he's because I think Ritter is the first pick of the second round for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah,
or the second pick of the second round. You know.
Yeah, Ritter's a good guy to fall in the second round, and he's like, he's okay. We'll take him.
The Packers might trade up and get him.
Yeah.
I like that they said, hey, some stuff's coming for this draft. Of like, fucking what? I mean,
what?
Where you're drafting, all the receivers are going to be gone.
Yeah.
Unless you plan on packaging your 28th and your 20 whatever.
Yeah.
To trade up
for 15?
For 15 to get the whatever wide receiver is left at that point. There's been a lot of talk that they're saying 12 to 20 is where all the wide receivers are going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's that there is a wide receiver going top 10 has been what all the experts have been. We don't know who it is, but one of them's going top 10.
It's got to be the dude from USC.
I would think so.
Which is just
because of his size and everything.
Yeah, he's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably had a really good year at USC too, but nobody knows because it's fucking USC.
They beat by UCLA, I think.
Yeah.
And who the fuck are they?
Nobody. Their coach is more famous than any other players. I mean,
isn't that weird how he comes back to UCLA is you can still get recruits there. I mean, they're not a football school, but fucking UCLA.
Yeah, exactly.
And you were my offense kind of thing, and like comes back is like, you've been there. I can't tell you how long he's been there.
I think this will be his 4th year there.
Yeah. You fucking suck.
Yeah.
In the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Of like, that offense doesn't work anymore because everybody does it.
I still think in college, defense matters. I don't think in the NFL, defense does. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but typically you're not holding a team to 20 points or less. You know what I mean?
Right.
In college, you can. Especially 3 games at least you can hold an opponent to. And it's always been Chip Kelly's Achilles heel is his defense is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do anything to help. I mean, when he was at Oregon, I can't name a defensive player that got drafted. You know what I mean? Like Deion Jordan comes to mind, but he was a bust. So I can't think, you know what I mean? I feel like that's part of his issue everywhere he goes is he's like, my offense, and that's it. I'm only going to look at the offense. Whatever happens on the defense, I don't give a shit.
Now his offense is outdated because it's just basic.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like stock offense now.
Yeah. I think I watched 2 UCLA games because I was up and they were on, and it wasn't bad. Like they weren't bad. It was just, they don't have anybody. You know what I mean? It's like they beat LSU this year.
That is still the greatest thing to me if he gets that job in Philly and like day one's like, you know who we need to get the fuck out of here? LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah, exactly.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, he's terrible. What the hell?
All right, well, he's the best running back in the game.
Yeah.
And your first move was to get rid of him. Okay.
Yep. It was weird.
But it's the UCLA thing has always been weird to me of like they hire massive name coaches.
Yeah.
And it's
Jim
garbage.
Mora was there for how long? He seemed like there forever, but terrible.
Nothing.
Terrible. No Chip Kelly. Not any good.
Yeah.
You're like 5th in the Pac-12.
Yeah. Now Lincoln Riley's at USC, so bye-bye.
Yeah.
I mean,
all your recruits are now going to USC.
now going to USC.
Yeah. I remember when that USC UCLA game was always big. Always big. It didn't matter who UCLA had. It was always competitive. Now I don't even know if they fucking talk about that game.
No, it's not a thing.
No, it's not a thing at all.
Last time it was a thing is what year?
That'd have been like Sanchez and them with USC or...
No, it'd have been later. It would have been after Sanchez because it would have been, I think, the year...
Oh, the quarterback from UCLA was there?
No, the year Ohio State, I think, played either... the year Ohio State played Florida.
In the national championship game?
Yeah.
Okay.
The USC was ranked at that point, and UCLA knocked them off.
Oh, okay.
That's what got Florida.
Okay.
It would have been Ohio State, West Virginia.
Yeah.
But then West Virginia gets beat by Pitt, and then it would have been Ohio State, USC. USC gets beat by UCLA.
So then it's Florida.
Gets in.
And then whomps their ass.
It's one of those things of like Ohio State for sure beats West Virginia.
Yeah.
And it was like USC was on its way down at that. Like they probably beat USC. It's like, we didn't beat Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of those things of, and that changes the whole trajectory of an Urban Meyer.
100%.
You know, if they don't get to that first
one.
Because then it's that, that second one. I love how Tim Tebow gets credit for two. It's like, dude, you played 4 snaps in that Ohio State game. That was Chris Leak's team.
And you threw a jump pass.
Nobody fucking talks about Chris Leak.
Yeah. Like Chris Leak was a hell of a quarterback.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, nobody does. You were backup.
Yeah.
You had a package. You had a goal line package.
Goal line package.
And you threw a jump pass.
It's like Tim Tebow led him to 2 national.
Nope.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Didn't.
Chris Leak tore their ass up.
Oh, yeah. On the fact that, every time they returned the ball, they returned it to the 50.
Yeah.
They only had to work half the field, so.
I remember when Ted Ginn returns that opening kickoff for a touchdown. Alex Boone jumps on his back and breaks his ankle.
Yep. Game's over.
Game's over. Fuck. Like, dude, you're 300 pounds. Why are you jumping on anybody's back? Is beyond
Ted
me.
Ginn is small.
Small. Yeah.
He's what they call a track guy. He's long and lanky.
Yep. Don't jump on his back.
Don't jump on. Underrated. Like, he played in the NFL for like 15 years.
I know it. Yeah. A lot of
nobody
teams.
thinks
I think
about
he won
that.
a Super Bowl with the Saints.
I believe he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't he? He set a record
for longest touchdowns. Like,
it was something stupid of. It was like they kicked off and he returned the kickoff for a touchdown. And then the team goes 3 and out and punts, and he returned the punt for like he had 2 return touchdowns in like a minute and a half of gameplay.
Did you remember that?
It was like, what the fuck? It was
crazy.
It was just kind of a weird thing of like he, obviously wasn't a polished route runner, but just, hey, you just
go
go
that way.
See what happens. We'll throw it to you. But, stay in the league for...
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, oh, he's a bust. Like, he played for like 15 fucking years.
Yeah, what did you think was good?
When is that a bust?
I don't know.
And I had that thought the other day of... Because before, like, Cincinnati went on to the Super... they didn't win it, but there was still that talks of, like, hot takes of Joe Burrow. He's going to be the biggest bust. Of like, what do we consider a fucking bust? It's like, if you don't win a Super Bowl and you're drafted are you a bust?
Yeah.
Because that's really fucking hard.
Well,
like, is Josh Allen, if he never wins a Super Bowl, is he a bust?
Probably to some people. Seriously, probably to some people. But no, he's not.
He's going to be the MVP next year, probably.
Ooh, man. Oh, God. Josh Allen, man. I don't remember the last time there was that big of a jump from like year 1 to year 3.
Yeah. Like, he's a dude.
Yeah, like year 1, I was like, this guy is a bust. Like, they wasted a draft pick on this guy, and I was like, give him some time. Year 2 was like, okay, yeah, all right. And then last year, I was like, oh, you have a guy to throw to now? Yeah, you're pretty good.
Yeah. You got to give it to Bean, though. Like, he knew what he had of like, nope, this is the process we're going through.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Tom Brady still existed at the beginning of that process, so it wasn't like you had to push. I mean, now it's...
The East runs through Buffalo, so it's not for a while.
Their biggest competition in their own division is Miami.
Yeah.
Because fucking New England's dead.
Yeah, they are dead.
I don't understand that with, like, you get Mac Jones, and like, do you want to get him a receiver at all? Like anybody.
Yeah, any one of those
And then,
guys.
like, over the past 5 years, you've had the 2 best corners in the game, and you let both of them walk.
Yeah. I know I went on that rant a couple weeks ago, but
I'm smarter than everybody.
Yeah.
And I know how to do this. Well, you had Tom Brady. Maybe that was a reason.
Probably a big reason.
I'm on the Brady side of it. I used to be on the Belichick side. I'm kind of on the Brady side now. I think he's a...
I think I was split. I think there was a nice tandem that both of them had until this offseason where I went, yeah, no, that was Brady.
Like you're letting
Brady,
everything go.
Brady, this is how I can imagine it. Brady had to go to Kraft and be like, what is he doing? Like, why is he getting rid of everybody? I need somebody, you know what I mean? It was like, come on, man.
Well, and that's a thing, too, of like, I'm interested to see what happens now that Josh McDaniel's not there to call the plays.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they don't have a coach on the staff that has called an offensive play in the NFL, period.
They don't have a guy with the title offensive coordinator.
Well, they don't have any coordinator titles, which is fine. I don't care what the titles are. But there's not a guy on the staff that has called an offensive play in the NFL.
I know. It's wild.
And you have a second-year quarterback that everybody thinks is going to be pretty good, and your best receiver is, who knows his name?
Jacoby Myers.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the receiver. I'm just telling you.
I mean, I literally don't know.
I know what you mean.
What, do you have 7 catches last year?
Probably.
I mean,
did they throw the ball more than that?
I know they signed a bunch of tight ends last year that did nothing.
Yeah.
But it's like, who's calling the play? Who's running this? Is Joe Judge doing that?
Yeah.
They did a bang-up fucking job in New York.
Exactly.
3rd and 10. Quarterback sneak.
That's the only
Need room
thing.
for the punter. You're on the 10-yard line.
Yeah, what?
What was the 12 going to make a fucking difference?
His foot's out.
We thought we'd get him.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'd sneak it on him. That was a...
Oh, fucking Daniel Jones breaking one. Quarterbacks, at least do a fucking draw like Baker, like what's his dick and had Baker do up in Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, it's 4th and 18. Fuck, quarterback draw. They're not looking
They're
for
not
it. It's
expecting it.
Well, hey, man, I think those guys are pretty good, and Baker's fast, but not that fast.
What was worse? The 3rd and 10 quarterback sneak or the fake punt the Colts try to use where they put McAfee under center?
And the guy snapped it.
snapped it.
And he wasn't supposed to snap it.
Nope.
That is such, because I've obviously heard him tell that story.
Yeah.
Of the fact of what an injury does.
Yeah.
Is they practice that all week with the call of, if this happens or whatever, and we don't say this, we're not snapping.
Yeah.
Guy's injured, so the backup's in. He wasn't in any of those fucking meetings.
Nope.
Felt the hands under his ass. Snap it. We're going to have just a center, no offensive lineman, with 2 defensive guys, and we're going to run a sneak.
Yep. You're not getting anywhere, buddy.
That is we were texting over the weekend talking about shit to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's some of the things of like the top 5 worst plays in fucking history.
Yeah.
Because that's up there.
That's up there.
But just there's got to be some great ones that you just don't think about. I mean, because 2 of them, the quarterback sneaks and that's within the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Now there has been some shithole stuff.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's like the NFL Network used to put them on there about the football follies, where it was like all like the screw ups and stuff like that. Like I always thought that was fun to watch.
Yeah,
they had like it was like a half hour of, all these guys fucking up and everything. I'm like, yeah, that's funny.
I always loved that when I was a kid. I don't know what it was. It was something for sports. Like they just send you stuff, and it was like in a little binder. Like you got a binder, and then they'd send these inserts, and you fill the book out.
Gotcha.
I don't remember what it was called, but one of them was like a bloopers kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And so I can't remember the guy's name, but a major league pitcher that fucking threw a no hitter and didn't win.
Oh,
lost 1-0.
Oh shit!
Because there was an error in that call. Like you walked the guy, and then there's an error, and it's like you threw a no hitter
but
and
lost.
fucking lost.
Oh god, that sucks.
And it wasn't like. Because you get that, it was like, this guy threw a no-hitter and they lost. It's like, well, yeah, he only pitched 7 innings. It's like, this guy completed the game.
Yeah, a complete game no-hitter.
Complete game no-hitter and lost.
That's funny.
And then there was always, I can't remember the guy, to look it up, the guy's name of, in baseball, the guy that got traded for himself.
Oh, okay.
So they traded the guy to a team for a player to be named later.
Gotcha.
So he goes to his new team and just plays like shit So they named him the player and fucking gave him back. Sent him back. So he got traded for himself.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Well, you're bad.
You're bad.
We're going to send you right the fuck back over there, pal.
That's
all
funny.
that little shit. Like, I love shit like that.
That's funny. That's really funny. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Wow. How bad do you got to play to get traded for yourself?
Traded for yourself. Player to be named later is bad enough.
Yes, that you accepted it.
Yeah, like we'll send you some AA guy or something like that. It's like,
nope,
now that guy that's not even good enough to be in AAA.
No, he's better than you.
Better than you. You can go back.
I think one of my still favorite stats is that the Mets still play Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah. You want to hear another one?
Yeah.
Currently, right now, the 6th highest paid guy for the Cincinnati Reds this season is Ken Griffey Jr.
Wow. And he probably hadn't played in 10
Well, he's
years?
already in the Hall of Fame, so that's at least
I'm saying
5.
10 years?
Well, he hadn't played and he finished in Chicago and Seattle.
Yeah.
Obviously, the way they had to pay him, they backlogged it out. You have 25 guys on your roster. The way that they pay MLB guys right now, and Ken Griffey Jr. is the 6th highest paid guy on the cap.
Wow. God, those guys are terrible.
It's awful.
The Reds. Are they the Jets of the MLB?
No, that's the Pirates.
Okay, sorry.
Pirates are...
Yeah.
I think the Reds are 2-4 now. I just heard that because they were playing the fucking Guardians.
Yeah.
So that was on the radio coming over.
The Guardians.
Paid attendance for today's game. Cincinnati, Cleveland, which are usually sellouts, paid attendance today was 10,000.
Oh, God. How are you making money?
Yeah.
How do you make money?
Nobody's watching it. I changed the channel when I heard it, and I'm a Reds fan.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to hear this shit. They have Joey Votto and that India guy that won, like, Rookie of the Year or something like that. But everybody else, they fucking trade. Hey, if you're good at baseball, get the fuck out of here. Then they're, I guess, the owner's son.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I saw
the interview where there's like, yeah, be careful what you know.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
What are you going to do about it when we move the team? Like,
yeah.
Hey, fuck you, man. How about you just
do your job?
Put a product on the field.
Yeah,
How about that?
Why would anybody want to come watch shit?
Yeah. You have Joey Votto.
Yeah.
And he's nearing retirement.
Yeah. That fucker still gets weird and weirder every year, doesn't he?
He's an odd duck.
He is an oddball, man.
But I'm like, he's funny.
Yeah.
But he's just like I remember seeing an interview or whatever. They talked about when he was up for his deal and he signed his big deal with Cincinnati, that he's such an odd kind of introvert that that's why he never left, like, because he would have made
way more money.
He made 25. He got a $250 million contract with Reds.
Somebody would have paid him,
but he would have went
more
to the Yankees and been Joey fucking Votto. But it was like, I'm going to stay in Cincinnati. This little kind of like, all right. Well, because
like,
you're from Toronto and like New York's right there.
Yeah, seems easy.
Feels like fucking Canadians.
Yeah,
down here playing our game.
Yeah,
making all that money, stealing our jobs.
I couldn't play in Major League Baseball. Not my job.
Fucking 162 games, like 181 days or some shit. Hey, fuck that.
Yeah,
too many in the NBA.
Oh yeah.
Now they're in a fucking playoff that nobody understands.
Nobody understands it. I was looking at it last night. So the Cavs lost, and then they're scheduled to play again.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, how does that work?
Here's how it actually works, because I actually had to fucking look it up.
Yeah, I didn't care that much. After I asked myself the question, I went, I'm not watching it anyway.
Because that's all the updates on shit as you just see basketball stuff now, which is really fucking depressing.
Yeah.
So you got 7, 8, 9, 10. So the winner of the 7-8 game is in. They're the 7th seed.
Yeah.
So the 9-10 play each other. Whoever wins that game has to play the loser of the 7-8 game.
And then
the winner of that game
gets the
is the 8 seed.
Oh my God.
So if you're the 9 or 10 seed, you got to win 2 games. If you're the 7 or 8, you got to win 1 game.
Because the 82 games before that wasn't good enough. Yeah, what the hell?
Means nothing. I did see that Adam Silver said something about, we need to get our stars playing.
Yeah.
And maybe we take a look at
shortening
less
the season.
Games or like, I find that hard. I mean, I understand the game's more physical and blah, blah, blah. Like, why is it that, like, I hate to say in the 90s and stuff, but like fucking Michael Jordan and them didn't miss games.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't miss.
Yeah.
I understand. And if you're hurt, you're hurt. But this fucking load management.
Like
of
rest.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because that means you're hurt to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm resting you
like
because
you're hurt.
so you shouldn't be playing then. Get well and then come play.
Like the Ben Simmons thing, the fact that they're like, hey, maybe second game or third game in the Celtics series, he'll be ready.
Yeah.
It's like, he hadn't played all fucking year.
Yeah.
Why are you not ready to play?
Exactly.
Well, his back was hurting a little bit. Like, what did he do all year?
Yeah. Did he not rehab? Did he sit down on his couch?
He wasn't injured.
Yeah.
He was like, well, they got to ramp him up and see how it goes. What the fuck is a ramp up?
Yeah. You're going to play 5 minutes and then you're going to sit down.
Go play basketball.
You're going to play 5 minutes, get your muscles loose, and go sit back down for 15 and get them tightened back up again, and then go back in for 5.
Yeah.
Because that's smart.
Go play.
Yeah. Go play basketball.
Like, he's just not ready to play yet. He's not. It's like, what the fuck have you been doing? You can't tell me that you didn't know this trade was coming.
Yeah.
I assume your agent told you.
Yeah.
How are you not ready to play?
Because he's worthless. One of my favorite stats, and I can't stand the NBA. I'll watch the finals because just to watch the finals. I will not. James Harden played for the Sixers for like 6 games and passed Ben Simmons for the all-time threes list on the team.
That's fucking great.
That's awesome. I'm like, wow, you're that bad.
I still think it was funny. I think it was fucking Kevin Durant. Obviously at a practice or whatever, where he's like, hey, like you might be left-handed.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that. Yeah.
And that was like a serious conversation. He's like, I'm right-handed. He's like, no, it seems like you might be left-handed. Could you imagine if a guy made it to the fucking NBA using his wrong hand?
Yeah.
Like that's how good he is.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember when he came out of LSU and they're like, oh, he's the next LeBron. I'm like, no, he's not. Because I'm not saying like LeBron's like a sniper, but this fucking guy can't shoot.
He was the next Westbrook. That's who he is. Now, and Westbrook can't shoot for shit, but shoots better than him.
Yeah, exactly.
But the guy gets his points.
Yeah.
Now, come fourth quarter, you can't really, for sure be able to make a free throw.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if you can shoot threes or not. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's
somebody on your team.
It's kind of the way the game going now that you need to shoot threes.
But somebody on your team can shoot threes.
But if they're going to foul you in the fourth quarter and you go 1 for 12, can't have you.
Was that Simmons or Westbrook?
Simmons.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was the last time he played in Philadelphia in the playoff. They had to start benching him at the end of the fourth quarter because
we can't have our starting point guard on the floor because you can't shoot free throws.
Yeah, because they're going to foul you. To the point where I think he's shooting at a worse clip than Shaq.
That's crazy.
And he tried everything.
Yeah, he did. I still think Shaq's hand was too big for the ball.
That's exactly what it was. I seen a breakdown on that one time. It was like the size of his hand, like, I don't know what a regular hand size is.
Neither,
but they said it's almost be real close to like us shooting a
tennis ball or something.
No, well, softball.
Okay.
It'd be us shooting.
Yeah. Where you just
and
your
like,
whole
well,
hand.
it's easy to do that. It's like, well, you got to shrink the rim down too to that side of like that's the like you know. How do you just put 3 fingers on it?
Yeah, exactly. Do I just?
Yeah.
Do I granny it?
That was I'd seen this. I don't know why it came up the other night. It was just a clip I was watching, but it got back to like the rumor that used to be out that Shaq had a small dick. I was like, compared to fucking what though?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. A garden hose.
I gotta assume that it's proportionate to his body.
Yeah.
So is it small for a 6'10" guy?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But it's still 9 inches.
Yeah.
It's like to a fucking gorilla or a fucking
a horse?
donkey.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you comparing it to?
Yeah.
And when did you see it?
Yeah. Oh, I love that Adam Sandler story. Have you heard that?
Which one?
Where he wanted to see Shaq's dick. Have you ever heard that? He's like on Conan or somebody on a talk show. It might be Jimmy Kimmel. And he's like, I hear that Shaq's security guards had to kick you out of his trailer. He's like, yeah, I did. They were either on the set of that Africa movie he made or one of the Grown Ups movies where they got done doing their scene. And then they played like a pickup game. And then Shaq went and showered. And he's like, I just was curious what it looked like. So he's like, I tried to sneak in his trailer. And his 2 bodyguards were standing outside the bathroom door. Like, dude, you got to go.
Oh, God.
Yeah. He's like, I just wanted to see what all the fuss is about.
His wife's like 4'10".
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see what her problem was.
Yeah. She walks funny.
That was the craziest thing of how small his wife was and how big his kids are. Of like,
like none of them
she
got
not in a wheelchair.
Yeah, or just like none of them got her size. Like there's like a 50-50 shot.
Yeah,
I mean,
you imagine being Shaq's shocks.
Shocks.
You imagine being
French.
Shaq's son.
French. Shock.
And you're like fucking 5'10".
I couldn't live up to my expectations.
5'10", 145.
Yeah. Damn it.
A flat out baller though.
Yeah.
But sorry.
That
would have been like if it was a 5'10", but he was a fucking shooter.
Yeah. Just lights out. Just oh man.
A lot of basketball talk today, but there's just nothing going. It's a tough time of fucking year, man.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, we got still 2 weeks to the fucking draft. That's crazy.
Yeah, we'll do that next week.
Yeah, we'll do a little mocky mock
Next week. I mean, the most exciting. Wow, yeah, we did have the Masters.
Yeah, we did.
That was Masters. A walk away. I mean,
yeah,
it was tight for the first 2 holes.
How I really felt like shit. Like it was hard for me to sit there and watch Cam Smith break down. Like I was just like,
you could see it coming the whole day, though. It's like
it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. I'm like, oh, but I felt so bad because I mean, I watched Scheffler do that the day before on his last like 4 holes. He started to fall apart there. And I'm like, come on, man, just get it back. But I find, I don't know what it is about the golf, but when you see really good players start to screw up, it's more cringeworthy than any other sport. I feel like. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's hard to watch. Yeah. It's like, oh, God, you're better than that. You know what I mean? It's worse than watching, like, Tom Brady throw a pick or, you know what I mean? Anything like that. But it's like, because you control everything.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard. It's like, oh, my God, just stop fucking up. But then it comes in such a mental game, too, because it's in your head, and it's like, I can't fuck up on this one.
And it's such a weird thing of just how it goes because, after 2 holes, it's a 1-shot fucking lead.
Then 3 holes later went to 4.
On that 3rd hole, Scheffler chips in.
Yep.
If that doesn't hit the stick and go in, he's got a 35-footer.
Mm-hmm.
He's making at least bogey.
Yeah.
Of like, it could, and very easily could have flipped to where Cam was in the lead.
Yeah.
But it just, birdie.
Yep.
Bogey.
Cam goes out.
Over.
There. Yep.
But I just can't imagine, like, he's trying to hold, and he was holding it together.
Yeah.
But then walking to 12 with that. And
he hit that.
All the fucking non-golfers that are like, it's only 145 yards. Like, do you realize how small that fucking green is?
Yeah.
And how small your
window,
the hill, if you miss the green short, it's in the water.
Yep.
Unless it goes in that bunker.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go long, it might hang up in that.
Yeah.
Of like, there is very little room for error.
Yeah. It's so wild. But non-golfers understand it, or you don't understand it. It's just like, he might have 15 yards to put this ball.
Yeah.
For it to not roll one way off in the water. You may just be better off to hit in the fucking bunker and say, it's
a lot
there.
of guys do that.
Yeah.
They'd be like, here's my number that gets me to the back collar. If I hit it a little hard, it's in that back bunker.
Yeah.
If I chunk it, it's in the front.
Yep. It's tough. But yeah, just to watch the fall apart, it's like, oh, because both those guys are likable. So I don't, you know what I mean? I was, if Scotty won, it's like, oh, great. If Cam Smith won, it's like, you ugly fucker, he won. It's like, oh, God.
Well, that just goes and shows you of having a 4-shot lead,
mm-hmm.
and it is still so nerve-wracking that you 4-putt 18.
Yeah.
And did you see what that did on FanDuel?
Yeah. Yep.
Because a lot of money was bet on 11 under or better.
Yep.
And he 4-putts to finish 10.
Yep.
Of like, but you could see his fucking nerves.
Yeah.
Of just like, oh my God.
Oh my God, I'm going to win this. But it's like, fuck, I got to make this
closer.
Yeah,
it's getting closer. Which you're not old enough to remember it, but the Jean Van de Velde.
Okay. I don't know the name, so.
Nobody does it because it only came up this one fucking time.
Oh.
In the British Open. I don't know what his lead is. Last fucking hole.
Mm.
And it's like a 4 or 5 shot lead.
Then he
loses.
6 putts. Getting 6 shot,
Well, like in a creek.
Water,
they call it a burn.
Yeah.
And like he hits it in the tall shit, then hits it in the creek. and then tries to hit it out of the creek, and it stays in the creek, and then takes a drop, and then it's like, to look that up because it's historic.
Yeah, that's awful.
And I remember watching like, hey, what the fuck are you like? You literally hit a 7. You could have hit your putter down there, and then just chipped over the creek, and you would have won.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be bad. I know probably a lot of people like to see it, but I can't stand to watch Rory win or do well. I don't like that guy. I don't know why, but I don't like him. And then when he chipped in the one on 18 and he doesn't even know how to celebrate correctly. Like,
that was weird.
It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I'm not a fan.
Yeah, he had Jean Van de Velde had a 3-shot lead on the 72nd hole of the British Open and fucking lost. I think he was like the first Frenchman to win the British. Like it was a massive deal.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, the Rory, like people love him.
I can't stand that fucking dude.
Like his walk, like he's got that bounce, kind of like, hey, what are you? No.
Yeah, he's gay. I mean, it just has to be.
Well, that was the funny thing of like, because he was engaged to that tennis player chick.
Yeah.
And like when he broke off the engagement and then won the next week.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, that was.
Yeah, that's weird.
But it was like like already sent out like the invitations and all that. It's like, nah, we're done.
We're done.
I like gays.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I couldn't stand him to do well.
But
he had a hell of a last round though. Fuck. I mean.
Oh yeah.
Played phenomenally.
And could have been. I mean.
Yeah.
When you look at it hey.
Individual holes.
You parred 15 and that's.
Typically
that's a birdie hole. And like he did some shit of like.
Yeah. You could have been at 9 and then it would have got real fucking interesting. Yes,
I mean.
Yeah. I'm not a Shane Lowry fan either.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. Probably likes, I mean, he's from Ireland, so he likes to booze it up. And it's probably a great time.
Oh, I bet he's a fun
But it's just kind of nothing.
Yeah.
He's just kind of even keeled.
Yeah. And didn't he have that reputation as being like a cheater or something too? Didn't he get caught cheating?
That's a different guy.
Different guy, okay. Okay. I thought he had the cheating rep. Yeah, not a fan of his
either. It's a tough rep to get on the PGA Tour. Yeah. This guy's a cheater.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
I golf. Yeah, say.
But Patrick Reed.
Patrick Reed. Yeah, that's the guy I'm thinking of. Yeah.
they video show him actually cheating.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
How do you cheat?
And then, like, the first instance that happened, shit came back from in college where they were pretty sure he stole, like, his teammates' clubs and sold them. And
it's kind of a piece of shit.
God damn.
Yeah.
And he won the Masters.
Yeah, so he won the Masters. I remember that. Yeah.
I wonder if he gets shunned at the champions dinner.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you're Patrick.
Cheater. Nobody likes you, Patrick.
Patty Reed.
I mean, that's such a weird. There was a. Oh, I can't remember who it was, but my old boss's buddy played on tour.
Okay.
For a long thing.
Yeah.
30 years, 35 years. I think he finished second in the Masters once.
Okay.
And he told me, and it's like a massive name guy from his era. He's like, he's the biggest fucking cheater.
Oh.
And it like massive name, like a fucking like a Gary Player type. Like he's a fucking cheater.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it was like, and it was explaining of what he would do, and it was like, just like it was something to do with putting. Obviously, because the greens are way smoother back than when he used to. They're like glass now. But back then, they carried loft so your ball could get up on top of the grass, kind of run on top, especially on. And it was something like when he would, if you'd watch it, like when he'd go to put his ball back down to pick his coin up, like he'd push it, like make a little dimple in the green to put his ball in, so when he hit it, it would pop a little bit and get up on top of the grass.
Gotcha.
It was something like that. He's like, he's the biggest fucking cheater we got. It's like,
oh wow, that's cool.
The dude's got like an awesome story of Larry Ziegler's his name. He finished second in the Masters. It like posted a score that would have won every single Masters since its beginning, but finished second. It was like Raymond Floyd or something that year. And he's got a couple tour wins, but he won the Detroit Open.
Okay.
I think there's a Sports Illustrated write-up about that tournament. Is he won the Detroit Open.
Mm-hmm.
The person that was running the tournament like embezzled all the money, so he didn't have a check.
Didn't have a check.
And they gave him the trophy.
Yeah.
And then when he went to do something, somebody stole the trophy.
Oh, fuck.
So he didn't get the money or the trophy for winning a PGA Tour event. And it, like, his nickname on tour was No Pay Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I think he said it took like, 4 or 5 months or whatever. Like the tour had sued some people and then get money before he got paid.
Yeah.
It's like, could you imagine? Especially back then, that's when it was actually. We're in the 70s of like, they're not on private jets and shit. It's like, I need that money to put gas in my car to get to the next fucking tournament that I got to drive to.
Yeah,
like, no, we don't have any money.
Yeah,
and that guy stole your trophy.
Stole your trophy. Hey, that's Mr. Gilmore's. Get back here.
Yeah. I love the fact. Oh my God, that's like my favorite part in that movie. He's like, "Get back here!"
Yeah,
it's like you
runs like that.
Yeah, and like 85 people passed you, and then like a second later, you're beating the shit out of Shooter. I mean,
and you had a cane.
Yeah, you couldn't stand up, and you had a fucking nail in your head.
Yeah,
get over here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that movie! It is a great movie.
It is a great
I mean, they did a great job with it. I love it. Like when the fucking Mr. PGA golf guys, like, they shit on that movie because, well, that's not the rule how it was on 18. He wouldn't have had to hit off the guy's foot. Rule, this whatever says he'd have got to drive. Like, hey,
shut the fuck up! It's a movie.
Fuck off! It's funny.
It's funny.
Back when Adam Sandler actually made shit that people wanted to watch.
Yeah, good stuff.
Uncut Gems can suck a dick.
It was
it's a terrible fucking movie.
It was not good.
I should have won an Oscar.
No.
You gotta slap someone to get that. Big Willie style all in it. Getting jiggy with it.
Nice.
Thanks. It was a good.
It was a good turnaround. Yeah, that's a good one there.
What else did we talk about this? So, the Masters, which is just awesome.
Oh yeah,
it's just a good. Like, I don't watch TV that much. I'm usually stream something like, but for Saturday, Sunday, of like, it's a good little weekend.
It's a good watch.
It's a nice
it
little
really
weekend.
is. Just because it's huge. Two, it's just they move the camera around so much where you're not bored. You know what I mean? Like, they don't just now Sunday when it gets to the end, they follow just the two of them. Or,
because a lot of just not much happening.
But like Saturday, early Sunday, right at 2:00, it's like okay, it's still fun and stuff like that. And then if it gets down to a pinch, then it gets really fucking exciting because just the one air. And anybody who golfs, I feel like they like it more because they know like just how tough it is. Even as amateurs around here, it's like, fuck, that's tough.
Well, then I look at it from the side of like from my side of the business of just the shit that they do.
Yeah.
Because here's one. If you recall back on the par threes. You never see the divots from the day before.
Yeah.
Most places they'll use like a green sand. Sand. I mean, and it you can see it on TV, but it hides a little bit. They plug the divots.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean,
they cut out every fucking divot and replace it on the tee box so that you can't see a divot. That is unreal.
That's unreal.
Like the amount of work that
because
takes.
I know how
have
tough
helped
it
me
is.
plug a green before.
Yeah, exactly.
And we did like 50 plugs.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. For
They're
them to
doing
do it,
all of them.
Yeah. No, I bet they don't have a cookie sheet.
No, they don't. They actually have a plug carrying kit.
But it is wild. And I knew they did that, which is just wild. It's crazy to me anyway.
The amount of labor that is just so you don't have a divot.
Yeah. Wow. And it just looks beautiful too.
What's perfect.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And it's closed now.
Yeah. Open. Doesn't it just open for that weekend, right?
No. It's closed for the summer.
Oh, okay.
The Masters happens, and then on Monday, like volunteers and a select group, like there's a media members you put in for a draw, and they'll draw like 10 media members.
Yeah.
And then the people that volunteer get to play there on Monday.
Oh, okay.
And then it's closed.
Closed.
And it'll be open in October.
Gotcha.
Because you never, they use bent grass on the greens, and then it's ryegrass, so it's too hot in Georgia.
Yeah, that's what I thought, where it just burns up pretty much,
so
right?
Basically, yeah, like the actual grass that is the golf course actual grass has never really been played off of. Because every single year, like that's all ryegrass. The whole golf course, except for the greens and the tees a little bit.
Yeah.
But the whole golf course is all brand new grass that was just planted that year.
Yeah. That's wild.
So it's basically they roll out a new carpet every year. And then it's just maintained to the fucking
perfect
highest level.
Yeah, that is fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
For one fucking tournament.
Yeah.
I
mean,
mean,
the videos of watching them mow fairways during the tournament, because they don't, which I'm a fan. Me and you've had this talk before, but like the stripes is too fucking much for me.
Yeah.
Like people go too crazy with the stripes.
Yeah.
Of like, all right, you stripe your fairways, I understand, because that's just kind of the way you have to mow.
Yeah.
But you stripe the fairways, and then you got people striping rough, and there's just too many stripes.
Too many stripes.
Well, they don't want you to see a single stripe.
Yeah.
So they mow with, it's like, I think it was 13 fairway mowers.
All at once. Yep. Yeah.
Mowing in one direction. Of like, comes out, looks like the flying V. Like the guy takes a cut and then they just stagger off of each other and just. And they mow the greens about 6 times a day.
Yeah.
So you can't see stripes on the. Well, I mean, obviously they want the green speed, but so you can't see the stripes on the green. And I did see for the first time I seen mechanical damage on one of the greens.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Which one?
I can't remember which one because it was just a quick flash of a corner of a green, and that was on Thursday because it rained like 2 inches.
Like a real cut or just
I seen when you're walk mowing, when you drop the mower, if you drop it a little too hard, the edges, like you can see where the rollers hit the ground, and it gets just like a little groove. It's not much. Like if you hadn't seen it before or done it before, like you'd never see it.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's fucking mechanical damage on a green right there. I bet that superintendent is fucking pissed because we don't do mechanical damage.
Yeah, it is impressive how just amazing it looks every year.
Well, they bring plywood to put on the collars so when they turn the walk mowers around.
Oh, really?
Like, so when you spin that, I don't think you've ever walk mowed, have you? So when you spin that, they bring little sheets of plywood that you go up on so you can turn it so it doesn't bother the grass. Like, okay. I mean, come on, guys.
Come on.
And the bad thing, I love watching it, but then the bad thing is like all the regular fucking Joe Schmo golfers like, well, why don't you guys do this?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. No.
Their budget is unlimited.
Exactly.
We'll just say that.
Yeah.
I'm going to imagine their superintendent makes about $1 million a year.
Probably. Wow. Fun stuff.
Imagine having that job. Having that job and getting a dandelion. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The stress that guy has to have.
It's got to be immense.
A month, just a month before the Masters is just, I mean, I don't know. All the shit that has to go into it and just to make it look perfect, you have to be stressed out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Have to be.
Yeah.
Especially, Thursday night going into Friday. Just crazy. Because they're not done till 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you're working from 7 to 5 in the morning. I mean, realistically, and then probably awake until the start of it because you're going to want to, go cut fresh shit in the morning. I mean, you want to do the greens and stuff in the morning time and things like that.
They mow after the round and then mow them again in the morning.
Exactly.
Now, the good thing for them is they don't start at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because there's only 90 people in the field.
Mm-hmm.
But it just, and then they have big standard lights that they drag around the course so they can
work
illuminate, the greens complex to take care of. It's not like you've seen a fucking pine cone laying anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's a lot of pine trees down there. You're like one pine tree in your yard, and it's like, where are all these fucking cones coming from? But yeah, I love just like all the stuff, obviously stuff that I do of because I know what we do.
Yeah.
And it's like just the levels of up.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh my God.
You think you do a lot, and then you just go to that,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
Well, now
that's
granted,
nothing.
now there's like a, down there's like a superintendent, and he's probably got 6 assistants that are all certified superintendents.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I heard a rumor, I don't know, I should ask that question, that there was a Class A superintendent for every 3 holes.
Oh.
So they'd have 6 of those plus a guy that's over him. And then, like, I know to volunteer,
you have
to be a Class A superintendent, or you can't rake
volunteer.
a bunker.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not a
legitimate
head superintendent. Of
wow, that's crazy.
Like, and just, obviously I've been through some different levels of low end to, I guess, what we would consider high end in this town of like, and the budget's just in that.
Is crazy.
And then going, it's not even
close. They doesn't even touch it.
Like they would, is that like that's your yearly. That's not your monthly.
Yeah.
I mean,
yep.
Well, that was one of, obviously you've been around me enough. You know how much we spray.
Yeah.
So down at Scioto, which is down in Columbus, was a high end golf club. And they had the Senior Open there. Yeah. And obviously for TV, like we spray fairways, greens every 10 to 14 days and tee boxes, keep the disease out. Well, they sprayed wall to wall because they didn't want any disease in the rough to show up on TV. And then the members like, hey, we kind of like this. That's just what we're going to do.
Oh, fuck.
They spray fungicide.
Yeah.
Wall to wall.
Oh, God.
Is absurd.
Yeah. That amount of money.
The expense of that.
Yeah, exactly.
To take care, everybody always says, hey, I want to put a green in my yard. Of like, you know how much it's going to cost just in fungicide just for you one green? Like, it's going to freak you out.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this 2.5 gallon jug that'll last you, the summer, just that is $800. And that's not the only thing you need.
Yeah.
Here's the other shit.
Here's the other shit. Wild.
Yeah.
Just the expense of golf alone is just crazy.
It's unbelievable.
It
the
is.
Fact that you could go out and like people have specials for, you can play 18 holes in a cart for $20. Or like, that course is a shitten. It's still expensive as fuck
to maintain. Exactly.
A goddamn greens mower you see costs $58,000.
Exactly. People don't realize
That's just
that.
one mower.
Yep. Yeah. Oh man.
Those freaking walk mowers.
Oh yeah.
Like the greens walk mowers.
25, 30.
They're $15,000 and it's it cuts 20 inches.
Yeah.
It's $15,000. That is absurd.
Yeah, that's
like,
very absurd.
Hey.
Back that off a little
Hey
bit.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know where you got that engine and you already make these cutting units because they're on all your other shit.
Yeah. Shouldn't be costing that much. Seems a bit extreme.
This seems extreme. Shit. Anything else going on in the world except for your hero having a show made about him?
My hero?
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh.
You said he was a big fan. Is that what you said?
Yeah. I like his work.
I think it was funny you sent me that list and you had no idea who Lando was.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Because you've never seen, and I'm not a Star Wars guy, but it's Billy D. Williams. You don't even know who Billy D. Williams is. Oh my God.
Who's that?
He's a famous African-American guy.
I could have guessed that from that Donald Glover plays him. He's got to be a black guy.
Cause he was just like the epitome of cool.
Oh, really?
Billy D. Williams. Some Colt 45.
Gotcha.
Beer.
Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah. That's Colt 45 beer?
Well, it's like a malt liquor,
right? Yeah.
I don't know. They serve it in bottles that look like, you drink it more like beer than you.
Shouty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who Lando is. Yeah. I'm not a Star Wars
fan.
The
only black guy in
Star Wars. They had Samuel Jackson there for a couple of them.
Yeah, that was
different time.
Yeah, that was
old ones.
Yeah, the
Harrison
original
Ford
3.
Ones?
There was like one woman and one black guy, and I'm sure they hooked up at some point in time. Just a galaxy far, far away. There are no black
guys.
Bunch of aliens.
Yeah, but no black
one
people.
Black guy in the
bunch of green and purple people, but no black guys.
I always love that on the Family Guy thing when they do their Star Wars thing.
Yeah, Cleveland doesn't play the black guy, right? Doesn't Mort play the black guy?
I think so.
Yeah.
But like Lois, playing the princess, and then like in whatever episode or whatever, another female comes in and she's like, I don't like her.
Yeah.
'Cause that's like literally the only other female that was in the show.
Funny.
Good old Family Guy stuff.
Yeah.
Still going.
Still going.
I still laugh because you've been sending me a couple Family Guy
clips here and there.
I still laugh. I've seen those episodes 100 times. I still laugh.
Yeah. The one about where Peter's talking to Taylor Swift. I think I laughed for 5 minutes on that one. Hey, when you're talking about your song lyric, yeah. Can I lick your leg? That's all he said. Funny.
It's good stuff. Oh, and that one I sent you last night about that kid's graduation.
Yeah. Yeah. His senior quote was a Bill Cosby quote.
Bill Cosby quote, and he wanted to be like Jared from Subway. I think you have to hunt down every yearbook and fucking burn it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
This guy just he raped a lot of women, apparently. And this kid fucking raped kids.
Those were his senior
life goals
quote and who he wanted to be. That poor bastard. He didn't know.
Should have, though. Apparently.
Should have.
Got to know.
Yeah.
Feel like we're trailing off toward the end here.
Quite a bit,
Been about an hour 30.
Yeah.
It's getting tough times, man.
It is.
And they're going to have to bear with us on these because it's going to be some shit episodes. We'll try to be funnier for you.
Try to be, but we're only two people.
Who can? Just two, pretty sexy fellas.
I like to think so.
Trying to do a sports show with no sports.
Yeah. Well,
I know they're playing basketball and stuff, but they don't count.
Let's be honest with you.
They don't count.
Nope.
They don't count. All right.
Wideside.